Hi, this is Shakira, and so I'm going to talk about the Great Resignation and what is currently going on with that. So, you may be wondering, is the Great Resignation over since time has passed? As you know, a record high number of people have quit their jobs as of November of last year. Well, the verdict is out, and what the verdict says is that there may be a possible another resignation, another round of resignations getting ready to happen. And so, what's going on is the majority of companies they have set a date for people to come back to work. This is for people who have been working from home, and that date is March 1st. So, as of March 1st, they expect people to come back to work for people who have been working from home. And so, um, the majority of people they have been enjoying this time of not being in the office, and they do not want to come back. So that's what's going on. So a lot of companies are having difficulty retaining people, and they are doing different things to retain people, such as giving additional time off. They are Some companies are giving things like pet sitting. Some people are coming up with creative perks like giving prizes out for perfect attendance, not calling in sick, not taking vacations, showing up to work on time. And then other companies are offering what is known as a hybrid work schedule, where you can come into the office sometimes and then you can work um, at home other times. So there are these incentives going on at companies to retain people. So, as far as another thing that some companies are doing is that they are increasing the wages. So, there's a question since we have inflation going on. There's a question as to whether or not these higher wages are contributing to inflation. And so, I'm going to talk about the connection between higher wages and inflation, and if there is a connection at all. And so, just to define inflation, inflation is when businesses raise their prices. So, say for example, you are a hair salon owner, and so you usually charge $65, but you decided to raise your price to $90. So that's what an example of inflation is, businesses raising their prices. So the connection with higher wages, some people are paying higher wages to retain their employees. So, say, for example, you make $10 and now they're going to increase it to $16 to keep it. So, what the connection is that higher wages, some people think that higher wages causes inflation, but since you know the definition of inflation, there really is no connection. What it is creating more economic equality. So instead of the business keeping all of the profit, what they're doing is they're just making less profit. So if you understand the definition of inflation, then you'll see that there really is no connection with higher wages. They're just making the business itself is just making less profit. So that's what's going on as another incentive, higher wages. Um, and then as far as the numbers go, as of December, there were 11 million job openings. So 11 million job openings. And then as of February, that number is 3.6 million. 3.6 million job openings. So this is what is going on. People have left their jobs for several reasons. Um, Number one being discrimination, which has always been uh, in the workplace. And if you're not familiar with discrimination or you haven't experienced discrimination, I'll just describe some scenarios for you. Say you are at a company and you've been at this company for 9 years, and say someone new is hired and they've been there for 1 year. So they're going to promote the person that's been there 1 year over you, and either the person is promoted over you, or better yet, that person is your boss. And so that's an example of discrimination. And to have something like that happen over and over again, the new person is promoted over you. The new person is promoted over you. The new person is promoted over you. The new person is your boss. So, number one, discrimination. And that's just one example. Reason why people have left, health challenges. People not being able to work because of different health challenges going on. Maybe they were diagnosed with a disease unexpectedly, such as cancer or things like that. Another reason why people have left is because they don't know what to do with their kids. Maybe they have children. With this whole remote learning going on with children, um, not being in school for a specific period of time, and not having anyone to take care of their children or nowhere to take their children because every place was closed. Like the daycares was closed, the schools were closed. Another reason why people left is because of early retirement. Some people decided to retire early. So there's a number of different factors contributing to this great resignation, um, besides of the pandemic, besides the pandemic happening itself. And so, uh, 6 million jobs have been gained, and this is they have done several. There are two different reports going on to decide how many jobs were gained. They decided that 6 million jobs were gained, but there's a discrepancy in the report. There is something called the ADP report, and then there is a different report, and those reports come up with different numbers on how many jobs were actually gained. The ADP report that bases the number based on the paychecks, where they can look at the paychecks. And then the other report is based on surveys. So there's will be a discrepancy in the number and how many jobs were actually gained, but they're coming up with estimate that 6 million jobs were gained in this period. And so, like I said before, they are expecting that another round of resignations may happen just because of the fact that people have got a chance to see what it's like to work from home. Um, they have come up with the ideal of creating businesses. Also, some people have decided to become self employed. There's also the gig economy, which has not been factored in, where people take on different gig jobs that has not been factored in. So there is a possible another resignation coming, round of resignation coming, just because it has opened the eyes of a lot of people and they decided that they actually like the other side that they couldn't see before when they were just getting up and going to work every day. So this is what's going on as far as America's great resignation, where a record high number of people left their jobs in November. So if you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. Please hit the like button on your way out. Also, hit the subscribe button. And in the comment section, let me know that you subscribed. Say I subscribed in the comment section. So this is sponsored by Elevation Mentor. Elevation Mentor is a program that helps people to get their first rental properties. By buying rental property, you are actually guaranteeing that you will have a safe retirement because you are developing a system where you get cash flow every month. So you're slowly developing this new system. Instead of getting up and going to work every day to get a paycheck, you're getting cash flow from your property. And the tenant is actually paying down your mortgage. So if you're interested in signing up for this program, go ahead and reach out to me at my email, info@elevationmentor.com, to see if we would be a good fit to help you get on the road to acquiring rental properties and finding a new way to become secure in your retirement. Have a great night.